Welcome back to ZYC News. Donald Trump recently asserted his administration has secured $17 trillion in new investments for the American economy, a figure making headlines. But digging deeper, economists warn that number is significantly inflated, with many pledges either undocumented, pre-existing, or only partially binding. At the same time, the U.S. is facing a data blackout. Key employment and inflation metrics remain unreleased due to a partial government shutdown. Analysts say without fresh data, markets and policymakers are flying blind. Meanwhile, a private ADP report hinted at a loss of 32,000 jobs in September, raising fears the labor market may be cooling down. To stir the waters further, regional U.S. banks are consolidating, a big deal. Fifth Third Bancorp agreed to acquire Comerica in a $10.9 billion all-stock deal, positioning the merged entity among the top banks in the country. Also under Trump's regulatory agenda, banks anticipate easing of capital requirements, potentially freeing up to $1 trillion in capital for lending, dividends, or buybacks. Critics caution that loosening rules now can expose the financial system to risk, especially amid uncertainty. The public isn't entirely buying the optimism. Trump's approval rating slipped to 41%, down from 42% in recent weeks. More telling, 54% of Americans now say the U.S. economy is on the wrong track. Only 35% approve of how financial policy is being handled. With inflation high and living costs rising, many households feel squeezed even if stock indexes are buoyed by money flowing into equities. Will Congress break the deadlock and resume data releases? Will banks take advantage of lighter capital rules? And how risky will that be? And most critically, will any of those $17 trillion pledges actually translate into real jobs, factories, and investment, or vanish as rhetoric? Stay tuned with ZYC News. We'll bring you the numbers behind the promise and what it means for your wallet. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, and stay sharp.